So I've been trying to work out a way of how to share the message of what A-Power is all about, because I believe it's crucial for people to hear about it and to think about it. And it's quite an expansive topic, so I've been trying to work out which is the best way to go about it. And so I decided to start at the beginning and do a series called The Starting Line, and that way I can introduce the concepts one at a time so people can get their head around it. So where to begin? Let's begin with ourselves. So here we are down at Bondi. I've got Bondi behind me here. The reason why we know that's there is because of our senses. So that all sounds super simple and obvious, and it is, but it's important to break things down so that we understand how our mind works and how we interact with the world. So, for example, the world meets us at our senses, and we then perceive what's going on, and from there we basically react to it. So what do I mean by that? The example that my teacher gave is when someone, for example, abuses you, says words of abuse. What's actually happening there when you break it down is the person's speaking, it hits your ear, which is your ear consciousness. You then think, oh yeah, these sounds hitting my ear. What are those sounds? They're words. What are those words? They're words of abuse, and they're directed at me. And I don't like that. So basically my immediate reaction is to have a horrible feeling go through my body. So sensations arise, and then I react to that because I want those sensations to go away. Now, sometimes people can react differently. So maybe someone abuses you and you get angry at them in response. Or maybe for some reason it depresses you and you get upset. So there's different reactions that we can have, and that's all based off how we perceive what's going on. And that comes from our history, what's happened to us, our knowledge of the world, all that kind of thing. Now, the same thing also happens when we have words of praise. So someone might give us a compliment, and again, it hits our ear, and we're like, oh, what's that? Words of praise. I like that. And that makes us feel good. We have pleasant sensations in the body, and then our reaction from that might be, to try to cling on to those feelings, or, we want more of it, we crave more of it. So this is an essential part of understanding the beginning of how our mind works. And it's not just, it's things that every type of thing that comes in contact with us, any of our senses. So things that we hear, things that we taste, things that we see, things that we feel, so on and so forth. So there's what's known as 5 sense doors, but in the reality, there's actually 6 that cause sensations to arise on the body. And that 6th is our mind, our thoughts. So for example, if I have thoughts of anxiety, then that makes me feel anxious in the body. And then, you react from that. So that's the first part to understand, is that we have interactions with the world interacts with us, and if we like it or dislike it, then we have sensations on the body which are corresponding to that, and then we react to those sensations in order to either cling on to them, or we want more of them, or we want to get away from them if it's making us feel if it's not a pleasant experience. So that's the first part of the starting line.